Hey girl, hi. We are going to do a little story time about something that happened recently. Okay, you guys, I am not making this video to like bash anybody, or especially my husband's ex, because I don't know her as a person, and I feel like I can't really judge somebody unless I've like met them face to face and like hung out with them and, you know, got to know them as a person. But I can tell you kind of like my experience I've had with my husband's ex without meeting her, and that's what I'm gonna share with you guys today. So we're gonna do a little story time about my husband's ex, who has been trying to communicate with Travis and has just done some strange things, in my opinion, since Travis and I have been together. Travis and I have been together for like 8 or 9 years now. It's been a while. So let me give you guys a little bit of back history on the ex I'm talking about, because he's had quite a few, haven't we all? This one in particular was somebody that he had been with for quite a long time, since they were really young. They've known each other, so they have a history. When I first met Travis, and it was like, I think on our like we had been dating on our like second date or something, he got a call like late at night, and it was his ex-girlfriend calling him like late at night, which like right off the bat made me think like, ugh, I don't like that. Like that was just like kind of odd to me. I was just curious, like, oh, like, are you guys friends? And he was like, not really. I don't know why she's calling me, especially like late at night like this. It's very weird. And so I didn't know if he was just telling me that so that like I didn't feel bad, or I have like two different sides of thoughts on that. I am like cordial with majority of my exes. Like if I ever saw them in person, like it wouldn't be like, you know, a throwdown, or like it wouldn't be like too awkward, you know what I mean? Even the ones that like have ended on bad terms, like we're still like cool, you know? We don't talk and we're not friends, because I think that that's just kind of weird. I think like once you close that chapter, like it's closed. And I know a lot of people are friends with their exes, but personally for me, I am not. Travis is also not friends with his exes for many reasons. I think a lot of times people feel uncomfortable with that. Unless you guys have kids, that's a totally different story. Then, like I said, I think my thoughts are very different if you have children together. Then I expect you guys to like hang out and get along for the children. And I know that doesn't happen with everybody, but you know, whatever, it is what it is. I'm very fortunate my parents get along really well now. So that was the first incident. Like she had called him late at night and had just been calling kind of like every now and then to try to like talk to him, which I don't know, I don't really like. And I think she knew that he was like dating someone new. So that to me like kind of just rubbed me the wrong way a little bit, you know? Yeah. I even said like, is she okay? Like, do you want to just like call her back and make sure everything's okay? Like, and he was just like, no. So I think he knew her well enough to know that like maybe she was just calling to like talk or something. I don't know. And then this is where it got kind of weird. Then she left a message for him. This is like a totally different separate night. This was like after we had moved in together. So we had been together for a while. And she was like, hey, I really want to get to know your new girlfriend. Maybe we could have a barbecue. That to me was kind of weird. How awkward is that? I don't know. To me, it's awkward and weird, and I would feel uncomfortable. So yeah, that didn't end up happening. He didn't end up calling her back, nothing. But then something had happened where like when I don't want to talk about Travis's mom in this video, but I'm going to. Travis's mom and I got in a fight, and she told me that like Travis basically like cheated on me with this girl that was calling all the time, and like had brought her to like the lake house. And Travis like swore up and down that like he did bring her, but just as a friend, and that nothing happened, and like he hadn't hooked up with her in like a really long time, and like all these things like to try to like reassure me. I don't know if the mom was lying or Travis was lying. I don't think Travis would lie. He's never lied to me about anything, so I trust him. I think maybe the mom was just like upset with me and trying to say that like it was when we were dating that he brought her up, but Travis says that it wasn't. It was before we had started dating. So either way, this is like kind of where things got weird, right? Well, for like the longest time we hadn't heard from her. He didn't try to like reach out to her or reach out to him or anything. And then this is where it gets real weird. So like we have trolls, right? Like we have haters, just like anybody on YouTube. But sometimes I get messages that are things only people we would know would say, or just things that are like really catty about like me treating Travis poorly, or you know, like Travis deserves better than me, and you know, things like an ex-girlfriend would say. And so sometimes, or even like sometimes I think his mom might be like sending these mean messages. Maybe they're just coming from trolls, I don't know, that like don't know us. But once in a while I feel like, you know, you just get the feeling like, yeah, you are an ex-girlfriend of my husband's, you know? You just kind of know, but you know, I'm not a psychic, so I'm not sure. But what happened recently was every time someone signs up for my Patreon, I get an email. And so the second that this person signed up, the name looked really familiar. And Travis always goes onto Patreon and he'll let me know like, hey, you have comments you need to respond to. Like, he's really good at like helping me with that kind of stuff, because I have a hard time like trying to do a lot of things at one time, and I'm very forgetful. So like I'll see a message and then I'll forget. And so he saw the name, and then I saw it and I was like, this name looks so familiar. Like, do we know this person? And he's like, that's my ex-girlfriend. And I was like, oh my God, why would she be signing up for our Patreon? I'm like, that's really nice that she wants to like support us, but like, do you feel comfortable? Because there's a lot of videos on Patreon that are like more personal stuff. We talk a lot about like Travis' family stuff and things that like we don't feel comfortable posting here. I was just like, do you feel comfortable like with her on here? Like, I'm okay with it if you are. And he was just like, yeah, probably not. So I ended up having to block her on Patreon. And when you block someone on Patreon, it, like, I'm pretty sure it sends them a message like telling them why they were blocked. And so I felt like really bad doing it, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm being so mean to this person that like I've never even met before. I don't know her intentions, you know? And I think that was like my biggest thing, was like, okay, we gotta protect our family, because we don't know if this person's intentions are good or bad. And with what we do, unfortunately, people can take some of our videos and take certain parts of our clips of our videos and make us out to be like not the people that we actually are. You know, like they manipulate things that we say or we do to like use it against us. And so we always have to try to protect our family. And if we think that there's ever somebody out there that, you know, maybe their intentions for our family are not good, like we're always going to try to protect ourselves. And I think that was, you know, the reason like we decided to block her, so that she couldn't see those videos. But obviously if she wanted to, she could just use a different name and credit card and sign up, and we wouldn't know. But I just thought it was like a little bit ballsy to use her name and like sign up for my Patreon. I don't know, is that weird? Like, you guys are gonna have to let me know in the comments, like, because I just know for myself, like I would never do that. For one, just because like I hope that my exes, and if they have started families, are doing well, and I wish the best for them. But like, I don't look them up on Facebook. Like, I don't, you know, check on them to see like how they're doing, or am invested enough in their lives to like watch videos of their, you know, like private videos, or not, my Patreon's not private, but like, you know, they're like paid videos. So like to pay to watch videos of us, I don't know. Hopefully her intentions were good. And if they are, I feel bad, but we're just trying to protect our family, and we don't want people that are being crazy, like trying to like, you know, hurt us in any way. So that is kind of what happened and what went down with Travis's ex-girlfriend trying to sign up on our Patreon, and then us blocking her so that she couldn't see our videos. I don't know if like she is trying to like get a hold of him or talk to him. Oh, I forgot something. She emailed him also, like asking for pictures of them. Okay, yeah. There's been a lot of weird things that have happened with this ex-girlfriend. And so it's just kind of, I think all of that, and that happened before she signed up on our Patreon. So all of that kind of led us to think like, I don't know, what do you guys think? Am I being too sensitive and like protective? What would you guys have done in that situation? Please let me know down in the comments. I want to know if I'm being like not a supportive wife and a bad person by doing this, but I'm curious to know your thoughts. Anyway, with that being said, I hope that you guys sign up on my Patreon, because you are the type of people I want to be there, and watch the videos and support us and not have good intentions. So if you are already a patron, thank you so much. And yeah, I just love you guys very much. I want to send you all my love and all my positive energy, and I hope to see you in my next video. Mwah.